Sir Keir Starmer was left red-faced as he was skewered live on air over the controversial Peter Mandelson scandal. On Monday, September 15, the Labour leader was interviewed live on Sky News, where he was questioned about his removal of US ambassador following the exposure of his friendship with convicted paedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Lord Mandelson was sacked from Labour cabinet last Thursday, September 11, when the pressure to remove him became too much after his emails between himself and Epstein were released. They revealed the Labour minister sent messages of support to the disgraced paedophile financier even as he faced jail time for his sex offences in 2008. The Prime Minister said Lord Mandelson went through a proper due diligence process before his appointment. But in his televised interview, he insisted, "Had I known then what I know now, I'd have never appointed him." Sir Keir said he knew before Prime Minister's questions on Wednesday afternoon, September 10, that Lord Mandelson had not yet answered questions from government officials but was unaware of the contents of the messages that led to his removal. He said Lord Mandelson did not provide answers until very late on Wednesday, which was when he decided he had to be removed. In a later interview, this time with Channel 4 News, Sir Keir was asked whether he was angry with the politician. The Labour leader replied, "I'm angry to have been put in that position." Questions soon arose over whether Lord Mandelson went through the proper security and vetting process before his appointment. But he added, "The truth is all the issues were weighed, and in that time it was known that Peter Mandelson had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, but the scale and extent of that was only known last Wednesday evening when the Prime Minister surveyed those emails, and by Thursday morning Peter Mandelson was sacked." Now, Sir Keir is facing further pressure over his position as Prime Minister due to his handling of Lord Mandelson's sacking. The Commons Speaker has since granted an emergency debate on the decision to appoint Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to America. The Times reported Downing Street and the Foreign Office were aware of the explosive emails on Tuesday, September 9, the day before Sir Keir gave his backing to the ambassador to the US at PMQs, but the PM today said he did not know the content of the messages. Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch has since accused Sir Keir of lying to the whole country about what he knew of Lord Mandelson's involvement with Epstein. Several Labour MPs have echoed this, both in private and publicly, as they question what Sir Keir knew and when. It didn't take long before viewers flocked to X, formerly known as Twitter, to share their concerns with the PM online. One user penned, "This is painful to watch. Keir Starmer says he would have never appointed Peter Mandelson if he knew then what he knows now. He's obviously lying. He's visibly rattled. He's clearly in deep trouble. Absolute car crash." We are witnessing the end of Keir Starmer. Another agreed, there is something called due diligence which the legal profession has to follow. Did he forget that? It even applies to buying a property, which eliminates ramifications as a result of false claims or undisclosed problems. A third echoed, "He is absolutely embarrassing. Words can't describe how ashamed I am that he's the leader of our country. I know we've had some bad eggs in the past, but he really takes the cake. Makes me sick." Meanwhile, a fourth argued, "He will wriggle out of this. How can we continue with a government we truly do not trust?" As a fifth chimed in with, "For a man who used to work as a lawyer, he's not terribly big on the detail."